Workout number 10. Congratulations. I'm really proud of you for taking the time to make time for yourself. I hope you know that it's not just about, how you look when you're exercising. I really wish we could just kind of put that out the window. It's more about taking that time to move your body, because our minds and bodies are connected, and when we can move our body, we can release some of that tension, we can release some of that stress. And so I hope that has been a benefit for you in these last 9 exercises, this last 10. Okay, so we're going to get started with an exercise that we haven't really done on its own, but we have done it in certain segments before. So meaning I'm squishing 2 exercises together into one. So do you guys remember when we worked on that hip flexor exercise where we were raising the knee up in the air? Okay, so we're going to work on that, but we're also going to take that back into a lunge. So it's a knee raise, and then if you can, without touching the floor, you're going to take that back into the lunge. Now, if you have to touch the floor on the way down for balance, that is fine. But if you can go from here to here, so you only touch 2 points on the floor, that's even a little bit better, a little more challenging. And sometimes I'll be able to, and sometimes I won't. So no judgment, it's all good. I'm sure you're gonna be the same. Let's go for 5. And 4, this is my good side. And 3. Pretty complex, isn't it? 2. And 1. La la la. Good. Okay, we're gonna go to the other side. Cannot get her to settle down. Sorry about the jiggling. Okay, so I'm gonna go right knee up in the air and then step back into my lunge and then come back up, right knee up in the air, step back into my lunge. And that's 3. And up, step back, 4, up, step back, 5, up, step back, 6, up, step back, 7, up, or break this apart and just do any variation, 9, and final one, up, step back. Whew. I've been working on my balance on this left hip, so if you have a little imbalance there, don't feel bad. You are not alone. Okay, the next one, we're going to just drop 1 weight and keep 1 weight. We're going into a wide straddle here, and we're going to hold the weight right up here underneath our chin to start off with. So in this one, we're going to come down, taking those elbows down to the floor, and then press up. So it's a squat and overhead press. That's it. And I know little 5-pound weight's not a whole lot, but that's okay. This is a warm up for the next part of this. Let's get 6. And 5. 4. 3. Last 2. Final 1. Good. Now we're going to come down into our squat, bring our arms around to one side, stay down here until those arms get all the way down. And then as we start to come up the other side, we're going to stand up. Good, now reverse it. So go over to the other side, down into your squat. And as you come up, you come up. Yeah. So these are round the world, getting those obliques, getting those squats. Down and up. And around. And that's it. Down and up. And bring it around. We got 4. Beautiful. And 3. And 2. Final 1. Good job. All right. Last workout. I promised you a challenge on those tricep leans we were doing the other day. So here it comes. Y'all ready? I'm just going to go down to a 3. Maybe you don't want any weight. Maybe you want 2s or 1s. Okay, these are pretty intense. This is also a balance move where we're going to balance on that foot. I've been talking to a lot of my clients about we always work the front and the back, but we don't always work the sides and the legs. And so These exercises, when you're balancing, it's working the inside and outside, outside and inside, okay? So you're gonna feel that on these. Okay, so we went to these overhead positions, tricep press the other day, right? Let's do a couple of those. Warm the back up, warm those triceps up. Okay, now here's the challenge. We're gonna pitch forward, see if you can lift off. Come back down, lift off, come back down. 5, and 4, and 3, last 2. Beautiful. And then we switch sides. All right, so readjust. Left leg comes forward, arms come up over your head. Modification is just to barely come to the top of the toe, okay? So here we go. 8, and 7. Pitch that forward. 6, and 5. We got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right. The next one I'm going to trade out for my 5s. So put those 3s down, pick up the 5s. Do you guys remember our standing leg press, our standing kickback, where we made these like our stilts? And we're going to kick one leg up in the air here, and maybe your knees bent. And we're going to bring those knees together and kick back out. We go 7, 6, 5, pull those abs in, hold on for 4, 3, 2, final 1. Keep that right leg straight, square up your pelvis, and we're going to tap the toe down, bring it back up, toe down, bring it back up, toe down, bring it back up. We got 5, 4, 3, last 2, final 1. And we switch sides, so bring that left foot down. The right foot goes into the air, but we bend them together and kick back. Bend them together, kick back. Trying to keep that pelvis as squared off as we can. Remember, I'm pitching back in my glutes. We're not just driving forward into that knee. Always want to protect the knee. Weight is in my heels. See how I can pick my toe up? Toes, plural. Final 1, hold it here, square the pelvis, and we tap down and up. 8, and 7, 6, do these workouts get harder? 5, final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Whew, round it up. Nice job. Okay, let's go into some arm work now. I'm going to keep a hold of these 5-pound weights. Come into a nice little pony squat here. Actually, let me turn my knees out. That feels better on my knees. And we're going to do some punches. Right across the chest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, these are going down. I'm going to pick up my light weights now. Okay, and this time I'm going to be in a staggered stance. It's a little balance work as I go into those diamond flies. If you want to omit that staggered stance, go right ahead. Do you remember these diamond flies? That's it. We got 5, 4, 3, and 2. Final 1. All right, switch sides. We're in that staggered stance, and we're going to go to a lateral raise. Just this part. Got 4, 3, 2, hold this last one. Hold it up, palms up, palms down. Palms up, palms down. Hang in, up, down, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Good job. Okay, we're gonna go into that forward hip hinge, but on this one, do you guys remember when we went into that arm external rotation? That's exactly what we're doing, but we're just gonna get a little glute activation as we do that. So arm external rotation. Think about your wrists and elbows being on the same level. I'm gonna get them back in space, the same angle. 8, and 7, 6, last 5, open those collarbones, 3, 2, final 1. Go ahead and come to standing, and we're going to bring those wrists up to your shoulders and then back down. So your elbows are pinned against your rib cage, and this is just a small fanning of those forearms, keeping those shoulders pinned back. We got 4, and 3, last 2, and final 1. Beautiful. Let's do a few of those shoulder rolls now. They should feel good. And then back. And big arm flies, arm circles. Weights or no weights, this is your final move on these arms. Weights or no weights, big arm circles. Good, watch how I'm trying to keep my shoulders away from my earlobes. Last one, reverse, reverse, bring it back the other way. Lots of control as you come through those passes. 4, 3, 2, 1. No. All right, we're going down to the floor. Bring these babies with you. Okay, we're going to start off by working on the full rollover with company. So we're going to bring those knees up to tabletop, and then from here your legs go straight up in the air, which I know can be a challenge as is. Your hands are going to go down on the floor. Remember, this is the one where we try to get the daylight under your glutes. So we're going to roll those toes up and over, and then bring them back down. Now, if you are not able to get those hips up after all you're trying, don't feel bad. It's a challenge. So what you can do is you can start to just bring those hands underneath your hips and see if you can get a little bit more lift. And one way I teach clients to work on this is to just kind of shoot those toes up in the air. Like imagine you're going to punch a hole through the ceiling. All right, so if you go straight up, that will help you. Or you can just get this little rock. Remember, it's every bit about the low back length as it is the abdominal strength. So both elements have to be there in order to get to this one. Okay, those of you who have been with me for a while, you can do your full rollovers. Watch your necks always. Never use a pillow or anything underneath your head on this one. Okay, we got the full rollover or any variation that you've been practicing. Good, and final one. Excellent. Let's bring those feet down to the floor. We're going to open them about the width of your mat or a little bit narrower and go into that shoulder bridge. So it's right here at that hip crease. Good. Now we're going to add a pulse. So we lift it up and pulse 2, 1, and bring it back down. That's it. Up, pulse 2, 1, bring it back down. We got this. Up, pulse 2, 1, bring it back down. Up, pulse 2, 1, and bring it back down. We got 5, and 4. Last 3, pulse, pulse, and return. Last 2, pulse, pulse, and return. And final 1, pulse, pulse, and return. Good glute work. All right, coming back to the abs. This is where we're going to pick up those hand weights, bring those up in the air, Bring those toes up in the air. We did this the other day where we started to make like circles of the arms and the legs. And then I said, hey, if you want a challenge, you can hold your curl. And then I promised you an additional challenge today. So here it is. We're coming up into a teaser if you can get there. That's your challenge. Wrap those hands around. Think about a tether from your heart to your knees, pulling you up, pulling you up, pulling you up, and bring it back down. And that's how you do it. If you can't get this right now, don't you worry. This is something that people have been striving for years of Pilates practice. So lots of abdominal strength and pelvic stability and back strength and hip flexor strength required for this. But I gotta give you challenges. This is number 10. All right. Bring it in. We're gonna hug those knees side to side. Going into single leg work here. We're gonna put the hand weight just right here on the knee or the shin of the left leg. The right heel is down to the floor, and we're gonna go into the single leg press. So firing up through that right glute. 6 and 5, 4, last 3, 2, final 1. Switching over to the other side, looking through that glute, lift and lower. That's it, we have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to an abdominal exercise. I'm grabbing both hand weights, can find them, and I'm going into our scissors. So arms are out to the side. This is the one where we hit the hands behind, open, and come back behind the right, and open. Stay in that curl if you can, come down if you need to. It's your workout. Don't worry about where you are. It's all a growth pattern. 3, 2, 1. By the way, you get these exercises to keep. And so if you're like, I'm gonna conquer this, and I just wanna keep practicing it, that's what I would love for you to do. So do them over and over and over, and then you can conquer some of these exercises that feel challenging to you. But today, wherever you are, is right where you are. It's great. It's your starting place. It's your benchmark. And final 1. All right, hug those knees in, lower that head. If you get a lot of tension in your neck doing this, that's also another really common occurrence just because the neck muscles aren't used to holding you up like that. So it takes developing those muscles. Okay, now we're not done with the glutes. I'm gonna roll over and we're gonna do some glute work laying on our belly, sunny side down. So hands are gonna crisscross over. I am going to turn my head to the camera, but you can just put your nose down towards the mat, okay? So from here, we are going to bend the knees and let the heels come together. Good, we're gonna squeeze the heels together and then feel your sit bones coming together. Good, from here, we're gonna pick your abs up and lift those heels up into the air. So this is powerful glute work here. We got 8. And 7, you got it. 6, really squeeze those heels. 5, squeeze those sit bones. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now finally we're going to incorporate that same move with a little bit of upper back work. Okay, so this is curling that thoracic spine. I'm going to start with my arms out to the side and lift them up, bringing my hands to my thighs. Palms are facing forward, and I squeeze up. And then I come back and lower. So chest lifts up, heels squeeze together, sit bones squeeze together, lift and lower. This is your last move of the whole challenge. You got this. Last move of the whole challenge. We have 5 and 4, 3, 2, final 1. Beautiful. You want to know the letter? Do you already know the word? The letter is E. Thanks a lot, guys. Good job. I hope I get to coach with you.